Okay, we're recording. I don't know. How do we do introductions? What is up, gamers? It is Gaming News Central.
What's up, Avies? Averages? Little Avies?
Okay.
What's up, below average people?
That just sounds insulting. What's up, below average people? And today we're doing some E3 predictions with our co-host Xanderoni.
I'm the host.
No, you're a co-host. You missed that. You missed that part. You're a co-host. I don't know. I almost want to feel like we should start with the most obvious shit first, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have obvious things at the top of my list.
Let's just start with the obvious stuff.
Mine's not even sorted.
Yeah, mine's not either. I should have done that going into this. So let's start with the most obvious thing, I guess, which is Zelda 35th anniversary news in general. So I have a number of things written down here. I think we're gonna obviously see more of Breath of the Wild 2.
There's no way we aren't.
I mean, if we
don't, people are gonna be pissed.
I'm probably gonna cry because that's the only thing I'm excited for, honestly. But I also wrote down some things specifically about the game that I'm hoping to see. I don't know if it would be too early for like our first real introduction to the game to reveal things like this, but I think if they revealed like some sort of like new game plus mode that wasn't shit, that'd be kind of cool.
I'm gonna predict if they do have some kind of gameplay reveal, it's probably gonna be like very similar gameplay to Breath of the Wild 1.
Well, I mean, it's probably going to be using the same engine. I mean, we already...
That's a good prediction.
It's barely even a prediction.
I don't know where it came from, but when it was announced, everyone was saying it was going to use the same world map. I don't know if that was stated.
I think everyone's just assuming that because the trailer makes it look like it takes place in Hyrule again. But, you know, honestly...
I'm going to be very disappointed.
I mean, Hyrule Castle isn't going to move between the first and second game, but... I mean, it was rising up into the air. That could mean so many different things.
Yeah, it leaves it up for interpretation, because...
Haven't they already confirmed that it's going to take place underground?
No.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think we know... We don't know... They haven't said anything. There's all these videos about it, but no one from Nintendo has said, like, oh, this is going to happen.
My fucking YouTube recommended feed is, like, full of a bunch of this clickbait, like... This Nintendo leak is crazy! And it's like, what?
How are there like 300 theory videos on Breath of the Wild 2 and all we have is like that 30-second teaser that literally tells us nothing?
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I really hate Nintendo news channels because if it's not E3, they just make shit up and run on it. And it's like, God, why the fuck would you subscribe to this kind of content?
Zelda and Sonic are both in the same boat where there's not any new info, so people are just like, we're going to make up some leaks, and then it's going to be, yeah, that's all we're going to talk about.
I mean, Sonic especially, holy shit.
Oh
it must
gosh,
be brutal.
I'm sick of... I want a Sonic game as much as the next guy, but shut up, internet.
Do you really want one, though? Like, after Sonic Forces?
No, I do. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we got to stay on track. I still have some more things about Zelda. So, Breath of the Wild 2 specifically, I think what would be really exciting is if in this trailer, not only we see more of the game and like actual gameplay footage, so we can get an idea, like, is it Breath of the Wild again, or is it like, you know, Majora's Mask kind of situation, or a new game? Probably Majora's Mask. That's pretty fair.
Even though it's taking the length of a normal Zelda game development.
It's had a long time to develop. I mean, if you take the DLC out of the picture, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017. It's been 4 years, and this game's probably not going to come out till next year, which will make it 5. I mean, that's crazy.
Isn't that like almost as long as Breath of the Wild itself took?
Yeah, and that was making an entire, you know, physics engine in this entire world, which if we're going off the idea that they're going to reuse it, then I guess all that work has already been done.
Yeah, I mean, Majora's Mask was made in a year, so...
Wasn't it like 9 months or something stupid like that?
Yeah, they had to release the game in under a year.
And it was like the best Zelda game.
Yeah, people really liked it. I really hope that this game has a similar vibe, you know, like kind of darker, kind of more gritty, which I mean, that's what the first trailer kind of had us think, just based off. Yeah, that was cool. The other thing I was wondering based off that trailer is maybe if they could confirm in this, whatever we get from E3 is like a confirmed playable Zelda, maybe? Or female protagonists at all? Probably not a female Link, but I think a playable Zelda could be possible.
This might be completely wishful thinking or misinterpretation, but this trailer did kind of seem to hint that. Because Link looked like he was getting tied up with something. That might just be this game's version of the Sheikah Slate where he was doing his arm thing, but like, I probably just messed up focus, but whatever.
That's all good.
But, you know, maybe if Link's occupied doing magic, he'd play Zelda.
I think it's possible that... Okay.
I mean, it's not like she doesn't have powers.
It's hard to make predictions like this with literally no information at all.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the only thing we have of Zelda is like the ground was crumbling underneath her and it looked like she fell. So maybe not, I don't know. But again, we don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's... dude, I have so many notes. We got to keep on going on this one.
I know. I was about to say before we make this a Breath of the Wild 2 video.
No, it's totally cool. I don't care. This can be long.
But while we're still on Zelda, can I delve into my maybe things real quick under obvious things?
Sure.
Because this just coincides with it. It's just, we just got Link's Awakening. There's a new 2D Zelda engine. So think about it. What has happened in the past? New 2D Zelda for the DS, they use the same engine to make Spirit Tracks. And then new 2D Zelda for the 3DS, they use the same engine to make Triforce Heroes. Like, Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, same engine, and then Triforce Heroes and Link Between Worlds, same engine. We just got a new 2D Zelda with an engine. It's very possible we might get a new port of a 2D Zelda for the 35th anniversary.
I do agree with that.
I think the obvious choice would be the Oracle games.
Yep.
Because they're the same style as Link's Awakening.
That is very true. I am curious because they announced Skyward Sword HD, which we're probably going to get maybe a spotlight or just a quick spotlight on that since that'll be coming out in the next month. But I was also, this is hopeful thinking. I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but bring the other 3D Zelda games like Twilight Princess or Wind Waker.
I think it's gonna happen. I mean, it's literally like the only few Wii U games that haven't gotten ported to Switch at this point, which like they're ports in of themselves.
I mean,
that's right, Xenoblade X as well.
Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, just the HD collection, just smack it on Switch.
Together.
They're not gonna bundle them together, but we might get them.
To the fact that we got Skyward Sword HD.
I could see them releasing them separately, but like maybe you can get like a $20 discount if you buy them together. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Xenoblade, this is wishful thinking, but please Xenoblade, please. X2 maybe.
I think
3, maybe X2.
Maybe an X port. I don't think we're gonna get X2.
But X ended on a huge cliffhanger is the thing. Like
I know,
the sequel's obviously.
I feel like they're
I
gonna.
haven't beaten it yet. I still need to.
I do too, but I've just heard that it ends on a cliffhanger. I do need to finish X.
I definitely think we're gonna get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess because, yeah, we're getting Skyward Sword, and it kind of just feels like a complete trilogy of like modern Zelda games, so to speak, modern. But I also was curious about Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask because this is Zelda's 35th anniversary, and Mario's 35th anniversary kind of pulled from every generation of Mario games. And so I wondered if they're going to release either Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, if maybe they could give a similar treatment to Mario 64, where they release the N64 version of the game, but they already have the 3DS remake that they could pull, higher quality assets from and just slap it into the game.
It's not the same thing though, because they remodeled so much stuff in that game.
Yeah, the models are yeah. So that's I guess that's what I'm wondering is whether we would get the games at all, first of all, and if we do, are they gonna go complete remake, remaster? Like, what would they even do for those kind of games? Because yeah, we have the 3DS versions, which are definitely the prettier looking versions if you just upscale them and maybe smooth out the polygons on the models, higher polygon models. But I feel like, I don't know. I don't play these kind of games. Obviously, I've only played Breath of the Wild, but the consensus is like the N64 versions have their quirks and what makes them better in some regards, and then the 3DS versions have their quirks and what makes them better.
Yeah. Popular opinion does not seem that the 3DS versions are better, though. At least for Majora's Mask. People seem to like the Ocarina of Time better on 3DS because of the Iron Boots.
I'm biased because I played
Just 'cause Water
Majora's
Temple,
Mask 3D first, but
I did play Majora's Mask 3D as well, but God, like even as the first time I played Majora's Mask, I could tell how terrible the Zora controls were after the change. Because I had seen gameplay from the N64 version, and playing the 3D version, I was just like, this is not what I saw. Why is this so excruciatingly boring?
try playing it without your working R button. Zora
Oh my God.
sucks.
Okay, so the last thing to touch on, unless anyone else has more Zelda news they want to share, going back to Breath of the Wild 2, this is just something I wrote down. I think obviously we're going to get Breath of the Wild 2 news. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is much further in development than the state that Breath of the Wild was in when we first saw that game. Obviously. I don't think we're going to get like a 6-year delay or whatever. But I do think we're going to get some sort of slated release date window in this trailer. I think it's probably going to be next year. Maybe early next year like Breath of the Wild 1 was. And I don't think they're going to tell us outright in the direct, but I could definitely see some sort of Switch hardware revision aligning itself with the release of Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
I think that's very likely.
The fabled Switch Pro.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it would be. 4K Breath of the Wild. I would come. I mean, that's just throwing that out there.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to drop $500 on a new Switch, though.
I am.
I don't
Yeah,
have that kind of money.
Let's just
I'm playing
do it.
through
I don't care.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now. I would love to be able to play that game at a stable 30 FPS.
Okay, no, he won me over.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, like, no, this... when first-party titles can't run well on your system, you got an issue.
True.
One other thing I was thinking Breath of the Wild 2, I know it was cut during development of Breath of the Wild 1 that I would love for them to add another layer to the climbing system, is the hookshot.
Yes.
Please
Or at least
give
some
us the
like
hook
magic
shot.
equivalent of it.
I love paragliding, but yeah, I mean, more like...
Like, the hookshot just seemed like a obvious answer to
More-
like work with the climbing system that was in the game. I'm surprised they didn't add a rune for it.
I
Like
know.
I've heard that in development, like Miyamoto or some other higher up person like that was like, no hookshot. You cannot.
Aonuma
And I'm
was
just like,
saying, it's like, it completely invalidates the climbing. I'm like, no, it adds to it.
yeah.
Oh,
Are you
that's
serious?
ridiculous.
Like, how cool would it be if you climb up a wall and then you can hookshot onto another wall from that wall?
And honestly,
that's like all the fun
that
of the
would-
double claw shot with no limitations.
That could
It would
fix some
be
of the gripes
helpful
that you
for
have
when
with...
it's raining as well.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. That would probably alleviate some of the gripes with the weather system in the game. Because yeah, if it's raining, like you literally just sit around waiting. It's probably one of the worst moments of the game.
Yeah.
And it happens far too often.
Yeah.
So I think any more aerial movements in general is great. Because I love the paraglider. Obviously, it's awesome to just take in the world as you fly down. But the movement in the game is already a lot of fun. Shield surfing, and then obviously the motorcycle. I think if we had more movement options in the air, that could be really, really rewarding.
I think shield surfing should also be made less punishing. Because
Yeah,
I
it
never
shouldn't
wanted
break
to
your
use it
shield.
because I didn't want to break my shield.
Okay, weapon durability in general.
But it's just like if it wasn't there, the game's mechanics as a whole would kind of break. You
I
know?
think they're probably going to remove, if not remove, they're going to add a crafting system into this game.
Yeah, I hope so.
I agree, but I don't want one. It ruined Animal Crossing New Horizons for me, honestly.
well, okay,
If they're already going to break, then give us a crafting system.
yeah,
True.
Like, and that also would incentivize you to gather more material, because like Amber and shit like that did nothing in the game. You just sold that kind of stuff.
Now you could make it into a fun necklace in
That's true. You can make a single necklace in Gerudo Town. I'm so glad I have fucking 60 of these in my inventory. All right, anything else on Zelda related news?
I
Or
think we
move
should
on?
probably start stepping away from Zelda. It's been a good, 15 minutes.
That's totally fine. I'm ready to edit a 3-hour long video. Okay, I'm so
Really?
ready.
Okay.
I'm so ready.
I'll root you on with all my
I'm gonna listen
passion.
to this back, the day before E3 and then the day after, and be like, God damn, we were so fucking wrong. What the hell?
We're so smart. Yeah. Okay. So, top of my obvious things list, something I saw all over Reddit, all over different forums and stuff, and people would not shut up about this with predictions. I did a lot of research and every single forum had this on there, is Gex. Someone thinks
Gex?
everyone thinks we're getting Gex.
It's true,
Some
actually.
remaster,
What?
some port. We're just gonna get Gex.
Yeah.
And
no.
Maddie so graciously put a little heart with an arrow emoji through it, right next to Gex. She's laughing in the living room because she just loves Gex that much. We're getting Gex. It's obvious.
Okay, so I also had Gex on my list too, and I completely agree. I think Gex's time is now. There are so many funny celebrities to make.
Yeah, there's so many new
dated
celebrities
jakes
to make fun of.
To make dated jokes on.
Yeah.
Maybe Donald Trump could make a guest appearance. You know, he's not doing anything right now. Sorry.
Why? What is this doing?
Okay, so we got a real prediction, or should we move on to Xander?
Obvious Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid
Literally
Prime,
just like a little CGI teaser that's not even going to be in the game. Because I know development just restarted on it like a year ago. They're not going to be ready to
Was it
show
a year ago, or was it 2?
It might have been 2, I don't know. But they completely started from scratch. I don't expect it to be a substantial amount of stuff to show off yet. But come on. At least remind us that it exists.
Metroid Prime 4. What do you think, Xander?
I missed that transition. I thought we were still talking about Gex.
Yeah, no, they restarted development on Gex. It was crazy
Remind
news.
us that Gex exists.
I'm surprised you didn't hear about it.
Yeah, I have Metroid Prime 4 on my list as well. Maybe? I don't know.
I also had Metroid on my list, but I predicted that we would get Prime Trilogy, and then maybe we would get a teaser for Prime 4.
People do gotta catch up before.
I
Because
think
so many fans have not played the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yeah, so I think if we're going to get Metroid news, we're either going to get some sort of new 2D Metroid game, which I didn't put that on my list, but it is a possibility. I think what's more likely, considering Metroid Prime 4 has been announced, is we'll get Metroid Prime Trilogy, which will release soon, you know, full 60, 1080p, looks great, motion control is awesome, HD Rumble, can't wait. But then maybe after that, we'll get some sort of actual gameplay teaser for Metroid Prime 4, and they'll slate that for next year. No specific date, just next year. Because, I mean, the Switch is getting old. They gotta start pumping out these fucking games that they've already announced. Like, we really gonna fucking announce Metroid Prime 4 the year the Switch comes out, and then drop it the year the Switch dies? I don't know.
I mean,
They've done it before.
Zelda.
Yeah, they've done it before. That's what they did with Breath of the Wild. That's true.
It's true, yeah.
Oh.
And on top of that, even Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I mean that came out.
It's just a tradition at this point.
And we got Wind Waker on GameCube.
That is true. We did, yeah.
And Four Swords Adventures.
Okay, well, anything else on Metroid, or should we move on to Xander's most obvious pick?
Let's see. Smash DLC.
That was my next thing
shit!
too.
I literally don't even have that on my list. Yeah, obviously.
I
forgot
long
Smash.
Shot,
I
but
forgot
I
about
think
Smash.
we're gonna get both. Because the first DLC after Smash was revealed was Ridley and K. Rool, both at E3. We have 2 DLC characters left with a rumored extra one.
That is
I think
not
they're gonna
right.
reveal both.
I think you're thinking of Hero and Banjo.
We got Hero and Banjo in 2019.
But before the game released, it was Ridley and K.
It
Rool.
was not K. Rool. It was Ridley and we technically Daisy, I guess.
Yeah.
But that was it.
No. Yeah, it was
K-Rool
Ridley
was,
at the
K-Rool is a direct.
Oh, right, because there was the stomping at the end. I could have sworn Ridley was revealed with someone else in the same presentation.
Daisy, technically.
They revealed the game.
Yeah, they revealed the game. They revealed.
So there was the teaser, and then at E3 we got the Everyone Is Here trailer, and then at the end,
we got Inkling from the teaser, and then we got Ridley at the end of the 2018 Direct or E3 Direct, but we also got Daisy as an Echo Fighter, I guess. So that was cool.
All right, you've made your point.
Yeah.
But I still do think it's gonna mirror the Banjo Hero thing.
I think it's gonna be one.
You do?
Yep. I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do something similar to Smash 4, where they reveal one, and then the last Direct when they go over, you know, I guess the second to last one where they go over the moveset for whoever they reveal at E3, they're going to announce the last one.
or they'll do a final video presentation thing like they did for Smash 4.
Yeah. I guess the most obvious question is, who do you guys think it's gonna be?
I didn't even try to write anything in my notes about that. I don't.
Such
a rabbit
I think
hole.
it's gonna be Phoenix Wright still.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like we could make a 4-hour video on that topic alone.
Well, I think Phoenix Wright would be great because he would be a character who's been in a fighting game, who can represent the visual novel series.
Yeah, we don't really have many of those, do we? Do we have any?
I want Monokuma or Phoenix Wright.
Monokuma for Smash Bros. Oh gosh.
I think Phoenix Wright is a great choice. You can get Ace Attorney music in the game.
Daigakuten Saiban was released for a localized.
You can just say Great Ace Attorney.
I'm so used to calling it the other thing.
Yeah.
I probably butchered the name anyways, but
it's good timing. Great Ace Attorney would come out a month later, so there would be Ace Attorney publicity, which is always great considering, you know, Capcom. Ace Attorney specifically is pretty at home on Nintendo consoles.
That's true.
I think it's the most obvious pick. I think everyone thought it was going to be Ace Attorney whenever it was actually, you know, Pyra and Mithra. That's what I saw the most online. And yeah, I mean, Ace Attorney music in Smash would be amazing.
I think seen a lot of buzz about Ace Attorney.
Where have you been?
Yeah, Twitter.
I see it everywhere.
Oh, I don't have Twitter.
Well,
that answers it.
You're a fucking Reddit user, that's why.
I've not been keeping up with a lot of Smash speculation on Reddit. I've just been watching most of it on YouTube. And it seems like the popular consensus on YouTube is Crash. Which seems too obvious, but like...
I hope not. Honestly,
you don't like Crash?
Crash is boring.
Really?
Rayman would be kind of cool, but that's also kind of boring. We have so many fucking we have too many platformers.
There's too many fist fighters in Smash.
Not fist fighters, but like, yeah, I'm kind of taking the same direction as Xander. Like, what kind of what types of video games are not in Smash? Not what kind. Like,
I'd rather have Spyro over Crash because Spyro at least would be
more
unique.
interesting as a fighter. Absolutely. Obviously, that does not matter. You know, Sakurai fucking gave us Byleth, so nothing makes sense. But I mean, Byleth is cool. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, Three Houses is great, from what I heard.
Exactly. None of us played it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would always like another Sonic rip, but
yeah.
Eggman, honestly, big possibility. Eggman.
I want
really
Eggman.
think. I don't think Tails has a possibility.
I think Eggman would make a really cool moveset.
He's one of the big villains of gaming.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
We just got
though.
Sephiroth.
We only have 2 left. And
one of them has to be the big hitter in Smash.
We have 2 slots left. And one of them has to be like nut in your fucking pants kind of good. You know
Probably
what I mean?
Gino.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we ended the first one with Byleth, so I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking more of how we... Well, fuck, I don't know. I was going to say how we ended Smash 4, but that was with Bayonetta, and
that was
barely anyone even fucking knew who Bayonetta was, honestly.
Everyone lost their minds over Bayonetta.
I mean, I did just because I got swept up in the hype with everyone else.
I did because Alpharad.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there is no logic to this shit. It could be Eggman, and it could also be Phoenix Wright. It could be both of them. Who knows? But if it were, I feel like neither of them would be very... I think Ace Attorney... I think Phoenix Wright as the last reveal could be pretty fucking hype, in my opinion.
And keep in mind, there were the rumors and the site data leak about the extra bonus character at the end. That one could be the nut in your pants one if it does happen to be real.
I don't think it's real.
That leaves us 3 slots. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me about nutting in my pants.
Yeah, don't laugh.
Censor that.
That's not funny. Jesus Christ. So like people don't understand what nutting is anymore. Exactly. Okay.
You brought it up earlier, Ian.
What, coming? I know. It's just always on the brain. So I guess anything I get any other Smash predictions, or should we move on?
I bet they'll fight each other.
I don't care who we get, as long as the character's interesting, I'm down.
I want another anime sword fighter. We don't have enough.
I mean, yeah, Pyra and Mithra was really fun, and I never finished Xenoblade 2,
need to
so
nerf them so I don't
doesn't
feel
really
bad
matter.
About playing them.
Are they OP?
Okay, I've looked at tier lists, and a lot of people have them placed at the top of high tier. I just don't feel like that's right. At least at our skill level, they seem way too good.
Yeah, I don't think.
I play with items on Great Cave Offensive, so I don't think my opinion weighs in on this.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next most obvious thing. It's my turn. I wrote down Bayonetta 3.
Really? I had that in my maybe things.
I have a question mark next to mine.
Me too, yeah.
I want Bayonetta 3, so it's gonna happen. It's going to be slated for this year.
As a Sonic fan, I can tell you, keep thinking that.
It's gonna be slated for this year,
No
okay?
way. No
and
way.
it's gonna come out. Yeah, this holiday, it's gonna come out, and we're gonna see gameplay, and it's gonna be cool.
Bayonetta isn't even Nintendo. It's a big if they'll even be able to be on their E3 presentation taking airtime.
What are you talking about? It does not matter.
I guess Nintendo basically owns Bayonetta now with their exclusivity deal.
Yeah, I mean, they're funding the game.
Yeah.
They're funding the game. It's
That makes
Nintendo
sense.
exclusive.
I just don't believe that they're gonna acknowledge it yet, because they will not. I've lost hope that they still remember it.
The only time it seems they mention Bayonetta, honestly, is during the Game Awards, which is interesting. And that's based off literally nothing but the 2017 Game Awards, and I should probably shut up. But I think we're gonna get Bayonetta 3. I think it's gonna come out this year, and that's all I got. There's not much to say really because we don't know anything about the game, but we learned about it in 2017. I assume they had started development and didn't just fucking dick around for the past 4 years. So where the fuck is it? You know, it's been long enough. We always get updates on Twitter. Oh yeah, development is smooth.
I was
yeah,
rewatching.
Okay, cool. Can we see the game, please?
I was rewatching our Nintendo Direct reactions, and I just remember you said, I can't believe we have learned more about Splatoon 3 in the time it has taken them to announce Bayonetta 3.
Yeah. Or fucking, I mean, I could go on and on, but some of those are in my prediction list, so I'm not gonna. But yes, Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3 is my next obvious thing on the list.
Okay, well, let's just jump into. We'll just. I mean,
We're done
anyone
with
else?
Bayonetta 3?
What else is those? What are we gonna say?
It exists!
I think it's gonna be there, and that's about it. Like, that's it. I don't know. Bayonetta's gonna have a fucking giant cock. That's my prediction. Let's move on.
I feel like that's the most likely one out of everything you said about Bayonetta 3.
That's honestly, that's the safest bet. I can't wait to edit this and then look at Xander's face when we see this shit.
I'm face
be
palming
so
as we
good.
speak.
It's gonna be so good, by the way. I can't wait. So, Splatoon 3, that's your next one?
Yeah.
What do we think? We're gonna see it.
I think they're gonna be like, there's a new bow. This is Chaos City. They are really crazy.
They're gonna
DJ Octavio is getting down to some bad stuff again. Team up with Marina to go kick Pearl's ass.
Yeah, prediction, they're gonna take 5 minutes to explain things you could have already picked up from the first trailer, and that's about it.
Yeah. I feel like we already have a good idea what Splatoon 3 is about. We're just waiting for it to release so we can test it out on our own.
Here's the question. Do we learn more about the single player or the multiplayer?
Yes.
To both. We think both?
I'm thinking, I don't know. I want more single player because I really don't care about Splatoon multiplayer, which I know is the main point of the game. But you know,
big hopes for me is I hope that the in-game single player is not going to be like Splatoon 1 and 2's single player. I hope that the new blueprint for Splatoon single player is Octo Expansion.
yes,
I really hope that is just the new blueprint for single player Splatoon.
I want like a Metal Gear Splatoon game, essentially story mode wise, like where you were sneaking around that facility at the end and like all that. That was so much fun.
Me and Maddie, like on the way here, we're talking about Octo Expansion and how, because I got it for her and she's gonna play it soon, and I was telling her about how it's the first time Splatoon has actually had a good plot that actually has some hefty story behind it, and it was great and it had great gameplay. I'm like, this is the single player I want from Splatoon.
I definitely think this game's gonna be more story driven, considering they have to explain what the fuck happened, you know?
Splatoon has such a rich lore that Octo Expansion is the only time it has really tapped into the potential of that lore.
Yeah. So I think Splatoon 3, what else did I write about Splatoon 3? Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I think for Splatoon 3, they already said it's going to come out in 2022. I think maybe they can state summer of 2022. I don't think we're going to get a specific release date. And And yeah, I think this trailer might give us try to sell us on the idea of why we should play this other than Splatoon 2. So maybe they'll go over, I think the single player campaign might be the big focus, but they could also go over like new game modes and shit like that. Because it's kind of weird having 2 Splatoon games on the same system.
It's got to be substantially different.
Yeah, going from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2, they could make the argument, like, who cares? It doesn't have to be that different. It's on totally different systems anyways. So, like, people want to play it on the current gen console. But Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3, you know, if it doesn't substantially stick out as the superior game, it's going to divide the fan base. And it's going to probably hurt the entire player base in general. So... hopefully we get some good information.
Yeah, I'm out of yes, this is gonna happen things.
Okay, so, yeah. Then go ahead and for a maybe. We'll move into maybe territory.
Switch Pro?
Yeah, okay, so I think for Switch Pro, if we get any information, it is going to be, we have no plans to reveal for new hardware at this time. Thank you for understanding. Go fuck yourself. I don't think we're gonna get Switch Pro. I think it exists. I just don't think E3 is going to be the time they share it.
I see.
I think it would be smart.
Do you think they are going to say that word for word on E3?
Yeah, absolutely.
They just recorded our Discord call. They're just going to play the clip.
That would be so humbling. Oh my gosh. But also they have to pay royalty. Fuck you.
Doing things like they do.
Yeah, fuck you, Nintendo. You have to subscribe to our creator program to use our clips.
I want to say, like, I think we might because there's been a lot of leaks lately, but I mean, there's been a lot of leaks for years and we still haven't heard anything.
Hardware releases in general are really tricky right now because it seems like no manufacturer and no company can seem to withstand demand at this point. You know, like PS5s are, other than yours, I've never seen one in person. I've never seen one in a store, that's for sure. I mean, obviously, there are some stores you can find them bundled for like $700 fucking dollars, but like,
try $1,000.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Other than that, you know, it's tricky. I mean, the Switch is already selling gangbusters still to this day. I mean, it's gonna cross 100 million units by the end of this year easily. But I do think, numbers aside, it's time for a Switch Pro. I mean, the Switch is chugging. It's been chugging. It came out chugging.
And they need chugging since 2017.
Yeah.
Nintendo released a Switch back during the old console generation. They need something to compete with the 2 new consoles that just dropped on the market.
They're not competing. They just need something to run their own fucking games at this point.
Yeah, no, it's not an issue of like it's outdated graphics. It's the fact that the games, we're lucky to get a stable frame rate in anything Nintendo is releasing.
Yeah, I mean, even launch title, and they still haven't. I mean, it's much better than when the game came out, but Breath of the Wild, I mean, Korok Forest is still a disaster.
Oh God.
I mean, like, how do you make a game and release it with an area of the game that just chugs the system that hard?
Ian, just listen to the fun music and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is a Wii port. It is definitely updated, but like the fact that
barely.
It runs better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'll give it that, but it still stutters and like...
I find it hilarious that they updated all of the main party members' models, and then everyone else still has the same old deal, like the same old NPC models.
Yeah,
nothing was updated.
I
hate
hate
it.
it.
The terrain of the maps, though.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fucking make a definitive edition, don't fucking half-ass it, because it makes things 10 times more awkward.
I wouldn't say they half-assed Xenoblade Chronicles.
No, it was good. I was just commenting about how they updated none of the NPCs' models.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, those kind of weird quirks really takes you out of the experience, in my opinion.
I mean, it's not like the NPCs are a substantial amount of Xenoblade experience.
Okay.
A lot of it's just the story. And the side characters, all the side characters got updated models. And they looked great.
I would heavily disagree with you there, but that's okay.
Which
Wait,
I didn't get
on the
too
NPCs.
Far. On the NPCs? Did you think they looked good?
Well, not that they look good, but that they're not a big part of the game.
Oh no, yeah, side questing is a huge part of.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like,
but it's
that's
like,
like
if
the
them
whole
looking
appeal.
good is not essential, is what I'm saying.
No,
You don't understand. DJ's a big Xenoblade fan. He watched Chugga Conroy's playthrough.
Exactly.
so have I. I'm playing through Xenoblade 2 with Chugga Conroy right now.
Well, okay, I guess while we're still on this discussion, because it is interesting, I mean, I personally don't think we're gonna get Switch hardware revision of any sort revealed at E3, but if the Switch Pro does exist, how pro is it? Are we talking 4K? 1080p at a steady frame rate? Are we still 720p handheld gaming? I mean, what do we got?
Oh,
OLED?
This is Nintendo we're talking about. We're definitely not getting something that's gonna blow our minds with how it is.
I don't think we're gonna get more storage space.
Fuck you. They have to. Come on.
I
32
don't think they will.
gigabytes kill
I don't think they will. I think it'll just be like a new 3DS XL thing where it's slightly more powerful.
I disagree. We're getting more storage. It's gonna have 128 gigs.
Really?
Yeah. And
I really just think
still
we're
not
gonna say
hard.
screw you, buy an SD card. By the way, here's our Nintendo brand SD cards.
That's bullshit. I hate that shit.
They already
They're
have
so
that.
expensive. I know they already have that.
I definitely do think that's the way they're going.
No,
They are the Apple of the gaming industry.
I disagree so hard. There are some Switch games you can't even install to the internal memory. They're too big. Like even cartridge games, the updates that you need for them are too big.
That's true.
I mean, that's ridiculous. There's no way we're getting 32 gigs again. That was already a fucking crime to begin with in 2017. It's 2021. Most flagship phones come pre-installed with like 500 fucking gigabytes or 128 at the
my
lowest
phone has
tier.
more storage than my Switch.
Yeah, I mean, that's my fucking probably MP3 back in 2010 had more storage than my Switch. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Dang.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get 4K output. I don't think most games are gonna actually hit 4K, and I'm talking docked, obviously. I think handheld is still gonna be 720p OLED, like the rumors have suggested from, was it Wall Street? No, was it Bloomberg that reported on that? But yeah, 4K output, maybe some sort of AI enhanced checkerboarding with, since, you know, I assume the Switch Pro is gonna be partnered with NVIDIA for their graphics chip again, because that worked out pretty well for them. So I think it's gonna be pretty significant, the jump, but it's, you know, obviously they still have to have games be compatible with the original Switch, which is annoying, but it's just how things are.
Yeah.
I think if the Switch
Well,
Pro...
I mean, Xenoblade, I don't mean to keep harping on Xenoblade, but Xenoblade 3DS was new 3DS only.
That's
not completely not a possibility.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like if they take that route, there are going to be more games that are exclusive to this new Switch than the new 3DS. Because like there were only like 1 or 2 new 3DS games that were exclusive to new 3DS.
I mean, even 3DS itself was a hardware upgrade of the DS, and then they had all their own.
Yeah, but that was
games.
clearly a new console. You
Yeah,
couldn't
but I
run
suppose,
3DS games on a
It
DS.
was like Xenoblade, Fire Emblem Warriors, and then SNES games for some reason. That was a lie, Nintendo.
Yeah, because you can run SNES games on original hardware.
They just really wanted you to buy it.
Yeah, it's funny how they just shit out old games and say, "Oh, this is a bonus for buying our service. Buy our online service, SNES games. Buy our new console, you get SNES games."
That is a great segue into
Oh.
some rumors that I saw
Okay.
around online that they are going to make improvements to Nintendo Online to try and justify the price point, and then raise the price point a little bit, and then push it out on E3.
So this is where I go back to what I said before, is that doesn't feel like an E3 announcement.
I don't know, man. They have deleted and re-uploaded their Nintendo Switch Online video like 17
I
times. to
know,
get rid of
it's
the
really
dislikes.
funny. It's really funny. They should probably just
What does that do
disable.
with it being announced at E3?
Well, it's a big deal to get that information out to a lot of people for them. Because
Yeah,
of the terrible reception that it has.
but I feel like unless they're like really fucking revamping their online, like really revamping, I feel like it's just gonna cause more negative press for them than anything else. Like right now they want to be revealing new games, getting the hype built. If they say we're revamping our online service, it's gonna cost more, and you get what, fucking GBA games? Like, go fuck yourself kind of deal. Like, I don't think people are gonna be like, yes, Nintendo wins E3 on that one.
But what if it comes with Mother 3?
Oh my god. You know, Reggie has been teasing our fucking cock and balls about Reggie 3, about Mother 3 for a while now.
Reggie has been teasing us so hard about Reggie.
Yeah, well, okay.
He's been slowly lifting his shirt.
His body was ready all along. Holy shit.
You're gonna throw another Reggie meme in there.
Yeah, I think Mother... fuck, I didn't write that one down, but this could be Mother 3's year.
Adam would be pissed because he just started playing Mother 3.
I know, I just started playing it as
and
well.
started the translation.
He just bought a repo cart of the translation.
The fact that the translation has not been taken down in the entire time that it's been up really kind of speaks that they will never have plans to move it to
I don't think they can legally. I don't think
I
they
mean,
have a
it's
case.
classified as a mod.
Really?
Are mods...
You can't take down mods? I thought you could.
You're not distributing... Well, it depends.
Yeah, I mean, they could take down, like, copies of the ROM that have the, like, mod injected into it, because they could be, like, you're redistributing the game. But if it's just a patch, I don't think there's anything they can do about that. I'm not sure how that all works. When it comes to the online, though, yeah, like I said, I don't think we're gonna get that in E3, but if we did, what do you guys think? I mean, he obviously said Mother 3. What else could they do to incentivize you? Other than, obviously, making the service fucking work.
If they are releasing Earthbound 2, I'm going to call it Earthbound 2, because if they do re-release it, that's what it's going to be called.
Earthbound 2 is Earthbound.
Well, no. If they release Mother 3, it's going to be called Earthbound 2.
Okay,
so,
I understand. Gotcha.
So, if they do release Earthbound 2, then it's definitely not going to be part of the Nintendo Switch Online system, and it's going to be in its own game bundle with Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings.
Dude,
I don't know. Trilogy.
I don't know. I think they would keep it a part of the Nintendo Switch Online program, because yeah, that's a big incentive to be a member of it.
I suppose
that is
so.
true.
That's a huge incentive.
That's,
I mean,
that's like Star Fox.
That's crazy.
2
That is
out.
the only way to ever get that game is to be in a subscription service. That just seems ridiculous.
That's what Xander just said. That's what they did with Star Fox 2. They did that with Star Fox 2.
That's
crazy.
That's so dumb.
Or you could you can buy the SNES Classic Mini, I guess.
If you want Star Fox 2. It was on there.
Yeah, but that's still a ridiculous entry point.
Yeah, but at least you can purchase the game and not
have a
subscription service.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you can either buy the $100 console, or you can pay $20 a year and get it through there. I mean, either way, they're gonna sell you Mother 3 for more than you're probably gonna buy it through Virtual Console anyways. Well, you could sell Mother 3 for $10, you know, on its own, or you can bundle it with this.
I mean, even if you do bundle it with a trilogy, that will still be more than you want.
Not a trilogy, but if we're going with this theory that they're going to raise the price of the online service, there you go, right there. I mean, they're going to get more money out of you bundling it with the online service, and probably get you to subscribe every year if they bundle it with these games that are exclusive. I mean, that's what Tetris 99 and all that shit is already.
True. Oh, another great set. Actually, no.
Tetris 99 is on your list?
No. I'll talk about it later. I'll let you guys say some more things.
Well, I mean, that's all I really got. I mean, if we're gonna get more consoles to this service, I think GBA is probably the most obvious one, which would go well with Mother 3, obviously. N64 would be cool, but I don't think we're gonna get it. I think we're not going to get it N64 or GameCube. Definitely not GameCube.
GameCube is the part where we get to, like, that's
remaster
more of
territory,
a re-release sort of thing, where they would release those games on their own, because it's probably too much content to be packed in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Nintendo, would you want to? I mean, even if they rose the price of the online service to like $60 a year, like other competing services, they could still get more money just by releasing 4 GameCube games separately on their own, because like they could sell that shit for like $30 a pop, and people would buy it.
When it comes to the Virtual Console Online stuff, what games actually have, like, you know, substantial, like, content that allow, like, sure, there's some platformers like the Donkey Kong Country series, but like A Link to the Past is the only one that can really come to mind.
That's the only one I've fully played on the service.
We're missing, I mean, Super Mario RPG. I'm still waiting for that.
I think that has more to do with
Could
Square.
you give us something that actually is substantial and not just like platformers or games that I can beat in a sitting? Like
Well, maybe we're waiting on Mario RPG because Gino's gonna be in Smash and holy shit!
Just give up.
Oh my gosh!
It's not funny anymore. We've been doing this in Smash 4.
It just doesn't make sense. They have the rights to him because they put him in as a costume. It just, because if they did Sephiroth and then there wasn't a Geno costume, everyone would be like, okay, Geno's in for sure. That's dead certain. So they put him in as a red herring.
No, they
He
put him
will
in.
be in. They have the rights to him.
They put
He
him
will
in
be in.
to squash your hopes.
Sakurai
and so you
won't
could
let
stop
it not
dreaming.
happen.
That's like Sega with the Freedom Fighters for Sonic. It's never gonna happen. They have the rights, but they're not gonna do it.
I think we should jump off, unless you want to go on your tangent about whatever Tetris 99 information you have.
So while we're still on Nintendo Switch Online, they got a lot of backlash for doing the limited release of the Mario things.
Yes, they did.
I think they might announce that they might, maybe, possibly resurrect Mario 35.
What a fucking E3 announcement. That would
I mean,
be
sure,
so funny.
It'd just be a quick clip. Would be like, by the way, but like,
They'd be like, it's been.
they definitely won't revitalize 3D All Stars because people would be pissed.
It's been 2 months. All right,
I
we're
saw a
taking it
copy
back.
of that last week at Target. They're still
What,
selling
3D
it.
All Stars? Of course they
Yeah.
are. It's such a because it was just a fucking publicity stunt. It's bullshit.
You can just get it off eBay if
It's
you want
bullshit.
it that bad.
You don't even have to. You just go to your local Target. It's still there. I mean, like they're not gonna sell through these physical copies for a while. Like the fact that they pulled it off the eShop is just kind of a. I mean, like. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't, because you can still buy it physically, so why not give people the option to still purchase it digitally?
Oh, because they hate us.
But it doesn't even make sense, because don't they get more profit through digital sales than physical anyways?
Absolutely, but not as many people would have bought it if it wasn't limited. I know, I was very tempted to buy it.
I mean, that's honestly it. They understood they were releasing a mediocre product, and they did this shit so people would buy it, thinking this is the only time they would get to.
It's very reminiscent of the tactic of, like, the companies releasing the shitty games and forgotten franchises and be like, oh, if this doesn't sell well, this might be the end of Chibi Robots.
I hate that
Super Monkey
shit.
Ball.
I hate that
Yeah.
shit.
If
those guys.
Banana Blitz HD sells terribly, no more Monkey Ball. Buy it.
And those kind of tactics, especially with Sega, are so fucking annoying because like
I mean,
they give
Nintendo
us
did
shitty products and they're like, if you don't buy it, we're not going to give you the product that you actually want. It's like,
I
why
mean,
didn't you just release the good product first? That would have sold
Nintendo
well.
just did that with Metroid 2. I mean, even though that was a good product, they still pulled the same tactic. They're like, we need Metroid to do well, so this game needs to sell well, or else we can't do much more Metroid.
I mean, did they say that?
I remember them saying something like that, but I might be completely mistaking it. But
I'm not sure.
I remember there being a lot of buzz about people saying, "Oh, you need to buy Metroid 2 to show Nintendo that we still want Metroid."
People said that shit with every fucking release on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Buying Wii U games back in the day was like joining a cult. Like, people would be like, I don't have any interest to play this game, but I'm picking it up so that I can show Nintendo my support. It's like they're a fucking charity or something. A fucking charity. I gotta show this multi-million or fucking billion-dollar company my support by buying their shitty fucking product. Wow. Amazing. Alright, back to E3. You mentioned it for a little bit there when you said Sonic, Xander. So I want to jump onto that as, I think some of it's not so much of maybe and more definite, but Sonic games, what do we think we're going to get?
Well, I am very certain that we're getting something Sonic related. I mean, I don't know if it'll necessarily be announced at E3, but it'll probably show up at E3 because I'm pretty... what day is E3 on?
I think it's June 12th through the 15th.
Oh, okay. That changes things. I don't know if we'll... We may not actually get anything Sonic related at E3. Now that I think about it, because for some reason I was flipping it around, but Sega is going to be doing a Sonic event on the 23rd, like a week later.
I think Sega has confirmed that they're going to be a part of E3, but like that could mean anything.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
Could be
E3
Eggman
looks
and
like
Smash
right now.
Bros.
That literally could be it, but
That could be what they're talking about.
unless we want to group in the Sonic news that we've been getting with this, but
Yeah, let's go
technically
ahead
anything.
let's go ahead and do it. I mean, the most obvious one that everyone's got on their head is Sonic Colors.
Sonic Colors Ultimate
Really?
Edition or whatever.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard that at all.
You haven't heard the?
You
Oh my
haven't been
gosh.
checking. Are you even in the Discord?
What Discord?
We have a below average Discord. Are you even in it?
No.
Okay,
You're not
well.
in the. You're not in your own.
Oh my god. Okay, well, this has been rumored for a while. Sonic Colors, Ultimate, whatever, we call Deluxe Edition, whatever. My predictions that I wrote down about this one, I think it's gonna be everywhere, PC, PS5, whatever. I think it's also gonna be on, Gen 8 consoles as well, PS4 and Xbox One will get it. It's gonna run 1080p on Gen 8 consoles, 4K on the PS5, whatever.
I'll probably be 4K on PS4 as well. Sonic Forces was 4K.
PS4 Pro or?
Oh, PS4 Pro. That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say PS4 can't even output 4K. So yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. 60 FPS on everything except for the Switch, because fuck you, you get 30 FPS and you're gonna fucking like it. Other than that,
maybe.
I mean, most likely, to be perfectly honest, it's probably gonna be 1080p 30 because it was 30 on the Wii. So,
I don't know. I think it depends on if it's a more straight up port or like a complete remaster, which I don't think it's a remaster.
It's probably going to be a port.
So I figured the Switch would be hitting 60 FPS.
The game honestly didn't age too bad. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Just you disagree. Never mind.
It looks
Maybe.
fine.
What's wrong with the game?
It is.
I mean,
Boring.
dated graphics, but it's very
I'm
pretty.
talking visually.
Oh, okay. No, the graphics look great. I thought we were talking about overall. I was like, the game.
Yeah,
is
no,
not
I
good
did
to
play
me.
it recently, and I was getting kind of frustrated.
I beat Sweet Mountain, was done.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just
too.
talking straight up rendering the game at a higher resolution. It doesn't look too bad.
I don't know how I beat. I like 100% of the game as a kid, and I don't know how I did it because oh my god, dude. It just the 2D sections frustrate the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like it should control in 2D. It's just not
Yeah.
2D controls. They gave him a double jump and called it a day. I'm like, that's not enough.
I hate the double jump, honestly. I really hate the double jump.
It'd be fine if the rest of his moveset felt like,
I think I would like it more if his second jump wasn't so fucking small.
yeah.
Like, it really just feels like you have to use the double jump because they made the platform slightly too tall to make you use the double jump.
At least it's not Lost World where if you double jump, you pop out of your ball form.
That was cool, because then you can actually, it's a trade-off. You get extra height in exchange for losing your hitbox and risking getting hit by enemies.
You get extra height for the risk of losing fun.
Well, no.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like they used it very well, but I'm saying it's a neat concept. They should really play more with Sonic being in and out of his ball form, because when he's in his ball form, he can attack. When he's out, he's vulnerable.
Or
I
you
think
can
that's
just
an
give
interesting
Sonic
thing
a
they should
better
play
jump
with.
in 2D.
Yeah.
And no need for a double jump.
Yeah.
Because the only reason you have it is because Sonic moves so stiffly in 2D.
The one thing I can say for certain about Sonic is if they reveal something that has classic Sonic's stupid fucking face in it, then people are gonna be pissed.
What they're doing with Sonic right now is I'm pretty sure they're separating classic Sonic and modern Sonic and making them their own series. Because they've been doing a lot of merchandise stuff with the series. We're getting tons of classic characters and like action figures and stuff like that, and all marketing is clearly defining a gap between classic Sonic and mainline Sonic. So I'm pretty
hate
sure
that.
we're getting more. I like that because
I
then
think it's
classic
better.
Sonic,
I
we
think
can
it's better.
get more games in like the Mania style, and then mainline series can do whatever it wants.
I
Mania's
honestly,
cool,
that's the
but,
best
like,
move. That's the best move.
Classic Sonic was good for Sonic Generations. It was a cool throwback. It was a nice little homage to the old stuff, and it matched in with the plot. It's just they're pretending like we didn't have 2D Sonic games before classic Sonic showed back up. I mean, we had the Advanced series, the Rush series, all
I
of
don't
which were
understand.
solid
I
2D
think
Sonic games.
I think you're gonna like what he's saying then.
I do, but
So-
it's just like why. I just don't understand why they needed to go and make Classic Sonic his own character when they can just make 2D Sonic games of the same quality in the modern style.
Don't think of it as Classic Sonic. Who cares? Fucking who cares? It's more of a visual art style than anything. I mean, he can control however he wants. But the alternative is more fucking, you know, cross generation. Oh, these levels you play as this shitty character, and these levels you play as this shitty characters, and it's all half baked because we're trying to do everything all at once. And I'm fucking done.
Focused games.
Sonic Forces fucking sucked.
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
So fucking
Sonic 06 is better than Sonic Forces.
Easily.
It's way more entertaining. Way more.
Sonic Forces, arguably, okay. The other tangent. If I were to pick my least favorite Sonic game, Sonic Boom's at the bottom, Sonic Forces is the next, and then it's Sonic 06. Sonic Forces was really bad.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of Sonic games that are just more boring than Sonic 06 is bad.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's
like
really
Sonic
what it comes
Chronicles.
down to. Like, yeah,
But
Sonic 06 is a buggy mess, but it's fun, and it's got a lot. I mean, it honestly has a lot of personality, even if the game itself is a disaster.
Yeah.
But anyways, the other Sonic thing that I had written down is I think we're gonna get Sonic Adventure Extreme Deluxe Fuck Me in the Ass Edition.
I don't think so.
I think it's gonna be slated for holiday 2021. It's gonna come out 2022 because it's gonna get a delay of some sort.
I have. I don't think we're getting a Sonic Adventure anything. I don't think that.
I think if we're getting Sonic Adventure, it's gonna be either a remake or 3, because they've been teasing it a lot. They have been.
You say 3?
Yeah.
That's Sonic Heroes, bro.
No, it's Sonic 06.
That's not.
Wait, shit. Which one is it?
Honestly, all the games after Sonic Adventure 2 just felt like more adventure games. Like, Sonic Heroes felt like another adventure game. Well, as in the fact where it's comprised of a bunch of different campaigns that all intertwine.
Yeah, but they don't, I mean, yes, but I would definitely say they don't have similar gameplay at all.
No. Well, 06 kind of feels like an adventure game. Like a bad adventure game,
yeah,
but it feels like
that's what it was trying, definitely.
We recently had that news that supposedly Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes were in development back in 2015, but were canceled.
Ooh, that's a shame.
Who did we hear this from?
There was multiple people reporting on it a couple weeks ago.
If we could get Sonic Adventure 1 with the dialogue doesn't sound so cringy, like better voice acting, and the animations without all the flappy movie face spines.
I think they have to do more than that.
Yeah, they have to completely re-overhaul the cutscenes, but the story was good.
Story was good. I think the problem with Sonic Adventure is half the gameplay is not fun.
Yeah. So
I mean,
fix it. Reimagine it.
It's kind of the problem with both Sonic Adventure games. Is half the gameplay is not
it's
as
more
good.
like a third of the gameplay in Adventure 2, but
Adventure 2, I don't like the mech levels. That's my problem. I like the treasure hunting stages. I really do.
I think they're good. They're just I recognize that they are good and well designed. I just don't enjoy them.
The mech suits?
The treasure hunting. The mech suits I can't stand.
I think the mech suits are a really easy fix. It really just comes down to movement. Because I think the stages are fine for the most part. I think the parts where you're waiting around and just shooting a bunch of enemies,
And
I think
lower
that,
the pitch of the laser noise, please.
Oh my god, yeah. I think there are some small tweaks that would really go a long way, though. Anything else for Sonic that we have?
I mean, honestly, I don't even want any remakes. I want them to actually try and do something new. Like, we have the IDW comics. There's so much original ideas there.
Use those characters, yeah.
I want another attempt at Shadow the Hedgehog with Whisper the Wolf. Like the Shadow the Hedgehog game. Give me like a Sonic shooter platformer with Whisper, where she has a Wispin that can cycle through all the different abilities.
Dude, that would be fun. Like a third-person shooter with fast movement.
That would be really good, actually.
Like running up a
so
ramp,
fun.
jumping into the air, sniping down and landing. That'd be awesome.
Or if you want to go all the way, do a Tango and Whisper one, where you have Tango for like more your typical platforming, and then like Whisper for shooting stuff, because Whisper isn't necessarily a fast character. but Tangle can like zip around and slingshot around the place. It's like, I would love a spin-off game that focused around the IDW series. Like, that's very hopeful thinking, but these characters were designed to be played. I'm telling you.
It could be like the Ratchet and Clank movie video game was the actual movie, where like this hypothetical Whisper game could be like the events of the IDW comics from those characters' perspectives, what they were doing during all this time. That'd be neat.
I mean, a Metal Virus game would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You have to keep up your momentum to keep Sonic from being turned into a robot. Like,
it's like a reverse boost gauge, a death gauge.
It's a death gauge, but it also like you get rewarded for going faster.
Yeah.
And you have to actually earn going fast or you die. Like, that would just be fun.
Also, something everyone's been pointing out, 3D Sonic game with like classic momentum instead of boost gauge, like run down ramps to go faster, jump into the air, you know.
What Adventure is,
but
isn't
in
it?
like Adventure wasn't even like momentum based. It was like momentum to where you get to your top speed real quick and then you can run around and do stuff. But like, have you seen all these fan games that people are making of like Hilltop mode and stuff, where it's like big sprawling jungle gyms and being able to zip through loops
have
of
I
ramps?
seen these fan games? Bro, I have Xander on Discord. Yes,
Factual.
I've seen these fan games.
But like that as an open world Sonic game would be awesome. And
Sonic
a lot of people
GT.
have been wanting that. And I feel like Sega's listening. Sega
don't-
listens to their fans, they just botch those ideas.
they're definitely paying attention, 100%. They're definitely paying attention. It's whether they can execute. Because they were paying attention, I mean, maybe not as closely, but like, Sonic Forces was not that long ago. That was their latest Sonic attempt. And I think the problem with that was just misdirection, because they really thought, oh, this is what the fans want. They want to make their own Sonic characters. And so
And they weren't too wrong, they just executed it terribly.
they forgot to make a fun game.
Yeah.
So I really hope that that's where their emphasis is this time around, is actually making sure the core of the game is good. Because that's ultimately, story can be cringe, who cares, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as it's fun to play, that's all it is. That's all there is to a game.
Then the only other thing I could really think of was Sonic-wise is maybe a Sonic Mega Collection for the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably the best move, because we could still get Adventure and Adventure 2 from that. It's just the originals.
That's true. I was thinking, like, literally take, like, all the Genesis games, I guess, minus Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and then, the Sonic CD, give us, like, the Saturn games, Knuckles Chaotix. Give Knuckles Chaotix its first re-release ever. But, like, get the Game Gear games on there. Merge them all into one collection, like the Street Fighter collection or whatever.
I mean, hell, wasn't there like I mean, I know it was terrible, but for the sake of preservation, they've never released Sonic 1 or 2 for the Master System.
Other than Sonic Gems Collection, but yeah.
Oh, they did? I didn't know about that.
Actually, Sonic Gems Collection, Sonic Mega Collection Plus,
Huh. Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
and Sonic Adventure DX.
I almost did a segue earlier when we were talking about Shadow the Hedgehog, and this isn't entirely related, this is just kind of funny meme, but I do have written down in my list, new game by Nintendo, it's called Kirby with a Gun. It's a new Kirby game, except this time, Kirby has a gun, okay?
It's like the Super Mario 64 with a gun.
Yeah, except for, not seriously, but I do want to talk about the potential of a new Kirby game.
I have that down here as well.
I think it's probably going to happen this year.
Same engine as Star
Probably,
Allies.
I hope
Well,
not.
Really?
my thing was they were talking about that they wanted to take Kirby in a new direction.
Star Allies really did feel climactic in terms of like Kirby
It
lore.
was boring as fuck.
Yeah, but I mean in the story, it felt like it had finale energy.
And I already know fucking Jace is gonna be like, bro, you didn't even play the game. It looks boring. All right,
I did play it. I played it with Adam a lot. I didn't. They relied too heavily on the friend on the ally mechanics. It just was like,
The confusing thing to me is, like, I haven't played Kirby games before, but as a casual consumer of Kirby media, I guess I could say, is the 3DS games looked way more creative and inspired than this shit they put out on
Triple Deluxe to no end.
Triple Deluxe is amazing.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Is like you would think they have like what first Kirby home console game in a while, right? I mean, Kirby Air Ride was no.
Gosh,
We had Epic Yarn and all that
Kirby Air Ride
shit.
too.
Okay, but you get my point. Is like they have more horsepower than ever before, and like they kind of just spit out a very safe Kirby game.
It ran at 30 FPS.
That's the other thing. I wrote down this whole fucking meme, and I was like, Kirby Air Ride rated, or not Kirby Air Ride, Kirby with the gun, rated E for everyone. It runs at 30 FPS because fuck it, I don't care.
You get to watch your bullets shoot.
I cannot believe that game ran at 30. I can't believe, and that came out at the beginning of the Switch's lifetime. Like, how are you releasing a Kirby game is maxing out at 30 FPS at the beginning of a console's lifespan? I don't get it.
I guess to add on to yours, I wrote down Kirby 3D. Like an actual 3D Kirby game.
That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
I would definitely.
I don't know
how they would
do
be
it,
more interested.
They tried to make Dreamland 3D at first, didn't they?
There's been a couple attempts. And,
yeah, that would be
but
awesome.
Like, if you're gonna take Kirby in a new direction, I think that would work.
That's the most
you could limit
obvious
the number
one.
of his jumps like Melee and Kirby Air Ride. Like,
Yeah, I definitely think the blueprint is already there, and I'm sure they've done a lot of experiments with this before. I think now is the time, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you already got the generic fucking boring Kirby game on Switch. Time to go balls to the wall. Do something cool. And if it doesn't work out, fine, who cares? They can play Kirby Star Allies then. Who cares? Enjoy that shit. That's what it is. Shit.
I mean, yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did with the Wii. They put out, I might have the order of this wrong, but I'm sure this was still planned, like the one normal one and the one off-the-wall fun one. They had, on the Wii, they had Dreamland, Return to Dreamland, and they're like, okay, we have our formula Kirby game out there. Here's Epic Yarn. And that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot those games existed, to be honest. But yeah, Epic Yarn was good, right? Everyone likes it.
They put it on the 3DS. It has to be good.
That's right.
They put everything on the 3DS that's good.
Yeah, everything. Like, never mind. Okay.
I know exactly where you're going with that.
Anything else that people got for Kirby?
Oh, for Kirby, no.
I don't even know whose turn it is anymore. I don't really care. I guess I went Kirby, so it's your turn.
I've got 2 more items on the list. I'm gonna merge them onto one.
Okay.
Because they're connected. First things first, I'm not gonna dwell on this too much because it's super unlikely, but we haven't had a new Mario Kart in forever. Mario Kart 9's possible. However, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling out of the ass. I don't think they would put in the extra effort if they didn't need to, but it's a possibility that we could get Mario Kart 9.
I have Mario Kart 9 on my list as well. Well, honestly, my list, I didn't specifically say Mario Kart 9. I just said racing game.
Kirby Air Ride 2?
I said Mario Kart 9. It could be F-Zero. It could be the rumored Star Fox game that I think got canceled or didn't even exist. I don't even know.
I don't think it existed.
I think it's fucking due time for any 3 of those games. You know, we haven't gotten an F-Zero game in forever, but yeah, I think it's Mario Kart 9 time. And I think if it exists, it's probably going to be the Smash Brothers of Mario Kart. You know, maybe taking more of a Sega All-Stars approach than just the Mario series.
Super Smash Kart?
That's what they were already kind of doing with the DLC for Mario Kart 8. And if they
might just make crossover a DLC tradition for Mario Kart.
Yeah, but dude, if they just fully embrace that, could you imagine the cool new tracks and mechanics that we could get if they could branch out from Mario?
Like items from other series.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like, imagine having a hook shot as an item box thing, and you can shoot to the next driver and just pull yourself toward them.
Dude, that would be really cool. That would be really cool.
You have different vehicle types based off like R-Wing, Kart, Horse.
Oh, R-Wing as a glider.
That would be, you know, it would be really cool.
Or just go full Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh!
If they had an item where like you could throw a splat bomb on the ground and like paint the area, and if they drive through it, their handling gets really shitty. So it's kind of like the banana and the blooper combined. That would be really cool. But it doesn't obscure their vision. It just makes their handling really bad.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things they could do, and that's why, like, I understand Mario Kart 8 is still selling really well, but it's going to... Here's my point. They probably capitalize as much as they probably are going to. Like, it might sell another 1 million units. I mean, it's fucking Mario Kart, whatever, I get it. But come on, what have they been working on? They have to, I mean, I guess Mario Kart Tour.
I started playing that. It's so grimy. Like, it's so shameless. I'm addicted to it because it's a mobile game. And it's Mario Kart, it's fun. But like, oh my god, it is disgusting. Like, honestly.
What's annoying with that game is it seems to be getting more, I mean, like, some of the tracks that we got in Mario Kart Tour, honestly, are...
They're cool tracks. Like,
yeah,
the Sydney
like,
track we just got, that was cool.
It's great. They're porting them to Mario Kart 8 so I can play them.
Anywho, the other Mario thing, this is the thing I feel that's way more likely, almost guaranteed, but not quite. They just added online play to Super Mario Party. They're bringing more attention to it. I think either DLC for that game is super likely. We're still only at 4 boards. They're trying to get our attention back to it. Or the more likely option, I think, is the Wii U was the only console to have a single Mario Party game. Every single console that has had Mario Party has had like 2 to 4 games on it. I think Super Mario Party 2 is really likely for the Switch.
I think what's more likely is they released that update just to test the whatever Nintendo Switch Online. And so they dropped it so that they could test the servers. Because if you drop an update for a game, they know that a large volume of people are going to try it out that day. I think that's more likely. I don't think they're actually going to do anything with Mario Party. I think if we're going to get another Mario spin-off game, it's more likely that we probably get Mario Baseball or maybe a Mario's. I have that written down.
With that, because we're
getting Mario Golf.
Mario Golf.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but nothing says we can't get both. But maybe we get it next year. You know.
I just feel like it'd be odd because the Wii U obviously only got one Mario Party because it's the Wii U, and the Mario Party on the Wii U sucked too. But it's just like,
it was insulting.
Would the Switch really be the first console to have only one traditional Mario Party game on it?
It wouldn't. It would be the second.
Well, Mario Party 10 wasn't a traditional Mario Party. I just mean like,
I mean,
not counting the
maybe
Wii U.
you're subjectively you don't think it is, but it was Mario Party 10.
I suppose,
well, then by that logic, the Wii also had one, like, typical Mario.
Yeah,
Party.
because
I thought
Mario
it had 2 and then a Kart one.
No, it has 8 and 9, and 9 was the Kart one.
True. Anywho, I don't know. Not counting Wii U because it had terrible sales, I feel like Super Mario Party 2 is a possibility.
I mean, it sold well. It did. I mean, it sold more than I expected it to. I think it's at like 8 or 9 million units at this point. I don't think that update had anything to do with Mario Party. I think it had more to do with just their online servers in general. And maybe that accounts more credibility to the rumor that we are going to get some sort of online update which will entice more people, and that's why they were testing servers. I don't know. But I don't think we're going to get another Mario Party. I don't think we're going to get DLC for Mario Party at this point because it's fucking 2 years later. Like, no one cares. No one cares. No one cared about the update. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that, really.
That's the end of my list.
Okay.
1.5 things left.
Go ahead.
Project Triangle. If anyone cares.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it.
Do.
When does that game come out?
I don't know. I don't like it. I didn't like Octopath Traveler. I feel like Project Triangle is a poor man's Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it literally just seems like Octopath, but Fire Emblem.
Cool, Square. How about you come up with names for your games first? This just comes off as lazy to me.
I'm excited for the game's soundtrack.
True!
That's true. It's true. I'll give them that.
Maybe Family Jewels will make another like full cover of the entire soundtrack.
Ooh.
Because yeah, his Octopath album is pretty fucking good.
And then I guess the last real thing I have Project Triangle is real. I just don't really care. I literally have it as Project Triangle whatever. The one thing I'm hoping we get, and since Sega is going to be at E3, I think it might be likely, Persona. Because
Persona 5?
I didn't say 5.
That's true.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's true. Shin Megami Tensei 5 will probably get some info because we do know a couple of Shin Megami Tensei games are coming to the Switch, I think. But also, I would love to see Persona 3 and 4 and maybe 5 ports come to Switch.
There was just that, wasn't there like a Persona 3 campaign in the Strikers game or something with all the Persona 3 characters in the new art style? They have all these updated models for the Persona 3 characters now. Oh no, it wasn't that. It was the dancing game.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, and like, so they just remade all the models for the Persona 3 characters. Like, a remaster might be possible.
I don't know
would be
about
awesome.
remaster, but I mean... maybe
Just a re-release would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, like what they did with Persona 4 Golden on Steam. Like, just do that on Switch.
I'm so out of the realm when it comes to Persona, so I don't know how often news cycles are for that kind of game or releases.
Oh, Persona 5 took a very long time.
Even, like, Persona is, I feel like, a good game for Switch because while it does have more long parts to the game, especially story-wise, but, like, it can be one of those pick-up-and-go games. You play...
Well, that's the thing. The Vita is dead.
Maybe they will...
So, like... I mean, that game series would be great on Switch. Danganronpa would be great on Switch. I mean, there are a handful of games that really have no home right now because they don't fit super well on a home console because they are visual type novel games or RPGs or whatever, but they would fit really well on Switch, and for some reason they're not there yet.
People have been harping on this forever. Why won't they put Persona 5 on the Switch? They put Strikers on the Switch. It's Jokers and Smash.
I think it's a
not
test.
put 5 on the Switch.
I think
that could be a
eventually.
possibility here.
I think
Yeah.
Xander's right. I think it was a test.
What,
Which
Strikers?
it's a dumb fucking test. You know, let's see how it sells, and then
See
we'll...
how the Warriors game sells in comparison to the main
For a
series
fucking
game.
series that isn't even on the console. Yeah, it's such a... Sega's fucking dumb, okay? Listen.
I guess
We all
it's
know
technically
it.
Atlas, but it is Sega.
Yeah, well... I'm still blaming Sega.
Sega probably bullies them into these choices anyways.
Yeah, so... I think that's a pretty safe prediction, but... I'm not sure. I mean, it's not safe, but I would not be surprised if it happens. That might be the end. I think I had one more, perhaps? Oh, right. Pokemon. I think we're gonna get something from
course.
Pokemon.
Legends Arceus. Easy.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. Forgot
Yeah.
about that game.
We'll probably hear from Diamond and Pearl, but like it's just gonna to remind us the games exist.
If
I don't think we're gonna get new info.
If Legends Arceus does not look better than it did in the reveal, then I'm gonna be very upset.
No, I literally wrote down in my predictions, it's still gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
Like it's still gonna run at like sub 30 FPS.
I lied a little bit about my list being over because I did write one thing at the bottom that I saw a lot of online is that everything we've talked about, no one's expectations will be met.
Oh, of course. Well, okay, we're going into this prediction video with no real idea of what their presentation's even gonna look like. I mean, we could upload this tomorrow and then the day after Nintendo's like, with an emphasis on fucking, I don't know,
Mobile games.
Hello Kitty. Like, we have no clue what their emphasis is gonna be, or if it's just a general speaking direct. I mean, they could do whatever they want. I think the emphasis is probably gonna be Zelda 35th anniversary, but...
Well, honestly, looking at our list here, I have a feeling like there may be some things that we just never even predicted. Because, like, the only new games that we really announced... well, I had it up here that I didn't really mention it because we talked about it. Like, maybe the new Monolith Soft game. Either a Xenoblade 3, which we mentioned in passing, but maybe even something like, hey, bring the Xenosaga series to Switch. Episode 1 and 2.
I'd love that. I would adore that.
I have it on PS2. I need to play more of it, but maybe. But other than that, we talked about an export. That's a port. Smash DLC. That's just more Smash stuff. Mario Kart, maybe. Breath of the Wild sequel is something we already know about. Zelda 30th anniversary is probably...
Well, that's my point I was making earlier, is the Switch is... I'm not saying it's nearing the end of its life, it's not. I mean, I think we're gonna get a hardware revision, but it is getting older, and they gotta fucking release these games we've already announced, and we have so many of them.
And that's the thing, it's like, what new are they going to announce? Because most of the stuff that we talked about are remasters, ports, or games we already know about.
Yeah, but the games we already know about, we know next to nothing about. And that's why it's going to be exciting. And it's hard to predict things. I mean, I could go off on a fucking tangent about shit that I could just make up. I mean, fuck it. We're going to get like a new F-Zero game. We're going to get Pikmin 4. We're going to get all this shit. Like,
we're going to get an open world balloon fight game. That's what we're getting.
We're going to get a new 3D Mario game, like a main series Mario game. Like, probably not, but maybe. Like,
so the one thing I want to say before we close out here is I just want to address how the current global events have made the gaming atmosphere kind of drab with releases. Now should be around the time where we're seeing all the games that got delayed from, COVID finally showing up. This is what we were working on before it got delayed, and if this is still going to be a dry atmosphere, then that is very telling. And that's going to be very upsetting.
Don't think it's going to be dry. I think it's going to be very exciting.
I think this is where we're finally going to see all these projects that have been put on the back burner.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think most of the games that got affected by COVID are either out or we know about them already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like No More Heroes 3 got affected, but we already know it's coming out in August, so that's cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting E3. I do think it's going to be a Zelda-emphasized E3. I think we're going to get Breath of the Wild 2 news. I think it's going to be awesome. Aside from that, I think most of the games we're going to get are going to be, ports, remasters, or games we already know about, which I'm fine with, because if the games we already know about are games like Bayonetta 3 or Metroid or Breath of the Wild, which is kind of a no-brainer for Breath of the Wild, then that's still exciting. And, honestly, most E3s, they don't really drop super awesome announcements anyways that I can recall of things we never knew about. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to think back. Like, the most exciting thing about E3 2019 was Smash DLC.
Yeah.
2018 was Smash again, but we already knew about the game. 2017 was Mario Odyssey. Again, we knew about the game already. But it was definitely the most exciting news we got about those games as well. So that's what I think we're going to get this year. Very exciting news about Breath of the Wild 2. I think Bayonetta 3 is going to get a trailer. I think it's going to be awesome. And I think if we're going to get a game that we don't know about, my bets are probably on Mario Kart.
This is a little self-indulgent since I just started playing through Nier Automata, but if we are getting Bayonetta 3, Nier Replicant and Nier Automata being ported to the Switch, pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Coincide with all the Platinum games happening.
I feel like if we're gonna get Nier Replica on Switch, they probably would have already announced that, though. Yeah. Because didn't that just come out?
I don't know.
I think it just came out on
I just started Automata. I don't know anything about
I don't know why they would hold off a few weeks.
Oh, you started with Automata?
Yeah, I just started Automata like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you could have gotten the first one on Steam.
I did.
You could have played it first.
I'm playing it right now.
You're playing Replica?
No, Automata.
That's not the
first. I thought
first.
Replicant is like the prequel.
It is.
That means before.
Yeah.
So why aren't you playing that one first?
Because doesn't it spoil the... Prequels usually spoil the originals.
No, it came out first.
It came out first.
Did Automata come out after Replicant?
Yes.
What? I thought Replicant was like a prequel that just came out.
It's a remake.
It's a remake. It's
Replicant is a remake of Automata?
No. Replicant came out first.
It was an older game.
It was on the PS3, I believe, and then Automata came out on the PS4. And they remade the PS3
Are they like
game.
connected? The stories are connected?
Yes.
What the